I chose law and economics because I was a lawyer and economist, but I had no idea what it was, nor what it would become in my life. And it just made sense. I totally fell in love with the course, and you as a professor became a mentor since then. And I had a dream that this course that this tool, the tools of law and economics, would be used by institutions in Brazil, and it would be taught in universities. And because of your reputation as a scholar, fantastic scholar, your textbook with Professor Tamulin, that is basic to all of our courses and has been translated to so many languages, including Portuguese. And the fact that you have a huge network, and mostly your generosity and your interest in Brazil and Latin America, that made this dream come true. You had been the founding father with Edgardo Buscaglia and Andrés Romer of the Latin American and Caribbean, and now today Iberian Law and Economics Association, ALACTG. And because of that, in 2007, we brought the annual conference to Brasilia, right in the middle of Brazil. And we had this 1-week event at the Supreme Court, at the Senate, Federal Senate, and at IDP, and also the annual conference. And this made it possible for us to create the Brazilian Law and Economics Association. And so, as you say, it's spread like rabbits in Australia. And we have many scholars that have been affected by you. So I would like to share with you many testimonies here.
Hi, Professor Bob. I hope this message will find you in great shape. I just want to say some words to you that can convey a little bit about the impact you had in my professional and personal life. Since we first met in Barcelona in 2009, and throughout my academic years spent at U Berkeley Law, I can definitely say it was the best time of my life, my academic jackpot, if I can say so. From attending your course to having the opportunity to discuss every possible topic with you and your colleagues, everything had a tremendous and lasting impact in my life, which can be divided in BB and AB, before Berkeley and after Berkeley, thanks to your unparalleled wisdom and generosity. So thank you so very much, Professor, and looking forward to meeting you very soon, because we still have some world problems to solve, Professor. All the best.
Hello, my name is Luciano Tim. I am professor at Fundação Getúlio Vargas in São Paulo. Before that, I taught at PUC, Pontifícia Universidade Católica, Rio Grande do Sul, and Unicinos. And it was very important for me to stay for almost a year with Professor Cooter as a visiting scholar and researcher. Professor Cooter was very kind, allowed me to participate in his seminar and also in his class on law and economics. So I could be, discussing all these new topics, but also the general course of law and economics. And when I came back to Brazil, to Porto Alegre at that time, I structured a undergrad course at PUC and Unicinos, based mostly on the discussions that I engaged with Professor Cooter. So he was very important to my career. He was important to law and economics in Brazil because I was part as one of the founding members of the Brazilian Law and Economics Association, as well as the Law and Economics Association of the state of Rio Grande do Sul. So I'm very glad to be here honoring Professor Cooter. Great man, great scholar, great thinker. Bye-bye.
My dear Professor Cooter, you have been a huge inspiration to me, to my academic endeavors for a long time now. In fact, almost 20 years since I first met you in Buenos Aires at the conference of ALACTE, the Latin American Association of Law and Economics. Remember that? I'll always be grateful for the fantastic year I spent at Berkeley as your student 2007. Thank you so much for your influential, innovative work, and most of all for your kindness, generosity, and friendship. By the way, I have all your books, of course, but this one has always been my favorite.
Hello, Professor Cooter. Eugenio Battesini speaking. I usually say that in Brazil, law and economics evolved from a late reception to an exponential growth in a little more than 1 decade. Your participation in this evolutionary process was fundamental. In chronological terms, the turning point was certainly the annual meeting of the Latin American and Iberian Law and Economics Association held in Brasilia in 2007. An event organized by the professor in partnership with Flávia Vera. Another relevant aspect was the publication in Portuguese of your books, Law and Economics in 2010 and Solomon North, How Law Can End the Poverty of Nations in 2017. A brief personal note, I'm very proud to include in my curriculum the fact that I received the Robert Cooter Microsoft Award in Law and Economics in 2010. In short, if today we have a Brazilian style of research in law and economics, it was shaped based on your academic contribution. Thank you very much for everything, Professor Robert Cooter.
Professor Cooter, I am deeply honored and happy to address you. I had the privilege of being accepted and guided by you during those 2 magical years I spent as a visiting scholar at UC Berkeley Law School. I wanted to express my deepest gratitude to you for allowing me to immerse myself in the Law and Economics program led by you. This once-in-a-lifetime experience was nothing short of a milestone, both for my personal and family life, as well as for my professional career in the Brazilian House of Representatives. So, Professor Cooter, it is with a mix of nostalgia for the law building, which I came to know as Bolt Hall, and admiration and gratitude for you, that I look back and rejoice in the wonderful opportunity that was granted to me. Professor Cooter, thank you so very, very much.
Bob Cooter played a decisive role in my professional life, primarily through his scholarship and textbooks. In 2003, as a young student searching for a research topic, I discovered Cooter and Porat's paper titled Anti-Insurance, and that paper changed my life because my first research work was an application of it, and eventually that led me to a career in academia. I have taught Cooter and Uhlen's textbook in law and economics for the past 18 consecutive years, starting in São Paulo at FGV, and now here at UC Berkeley, where I teach Law and Economics 1 and Law and Economics 2, the courses that Bob Cooter created to undergrads. So cheers to Bob Cooter for his amazing scholarship and career. Congratulations.
It's wonderful to recognize the impact of Professor Robert Cooter and his academic contribution to research and academia. His generosity in promoting law and economic studies in Latin America allowed significant reference to come to Brazil, such as Professor Hans Bernd Schaefer, such as Thomas Uhlen, and it was really important for enhancing the Latin American Law and Economics Association. In 2007 in Brasilia and in 2013 in Rio de Janeiro,
I have the opportunity to meet Flavia Vera, and in Rio, I received the Robert Cooter Alacti Award for Scholarships on Law and Economics. And it was really important to exchange the law and economics studies in different regions in Brazil, especially Northeast Brazil, where I come from. And our universities today in Northeast Brazil are really engaged in law and economics studies, and these contributions for Brazilian academics is very special.
Hello, Professor Cooter. I hope you're doing well. I'm here today in Guayaquil, in Ecuador, in the 27th edition of the ALACTD, the Conference of the Latin American Law and Economics Association that you were so kind to help us create several years ago. Everybody is very grateful to you, and everybody remembers you of your effort in helping us to consolidate the law and economics community here in Latin America. Besides that, I've been teaching law and economics for 20 years, either undergrad students, also grad students, and executive education, and your book with Professor Thomas Ulan is always my reference. So you have inspired more than 2,000, 3,000 people and several many others who are to come. So I just wanted to thank you very much for everything that you did for us here in Latin America and in Brazil also.
See, it's a fact that you have influenced so many people, so many top scholars and key institutions, and this has spread, multiplied to many other people as a domino effect. And it has changed institutions, and we teach law and economics in most universities in Brazil and also in Latin America. So thank you so much. You have a gift to putting people together and also making dreams come true. Also, I'd like to thank you for the wonderful friend that you are. And I had lots of fun every annual conference and our trips to the Yanomamis, also to Guatemala, Tikal, and to Haiti. Those are like the highlights. And it was very fun. And with also Professor Schaefer, Bernd Schaefer. So since pictures speak more than words, some photos to wrap this up. Thank you so much.
La buena la pone en base.